Hello everybody, today is Thursday, October 3rd. This is The Green Light with Sean Green. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Week 5 of the NFL season is upon us, and I've been doing pretty solid, folks. Last week it was a rough start, a rough week 3. Went into week 4 with some pretty solid picks, and I got myself back on track. I am 35-27 in picking games this year. That's a pretty good success rate there. Over 500, doing pretty solid. But before I get into my week 5 picks, I'm going to give you 3 things that caught my eye this week, like I do every week. First, the Earl Thomas and Le'Veon Bell situation. I know I've mentioned Le'Veon Bell a couple times the past couple weeks, but this week proves my point about players. So if you don't know, Earl Thomas sat out like Le'Veon Bell during training camp wanting a new contract. He said, listen, my contract year is coming up after this year. I need a long-term contract to make sure I stay in Seattle long-term or trade me. Well, Earl Thomas gave in. He said, you know what? I don't want to let the team down. I'm going to come and play. Well, Earl Thomas is now out for the year with an injury, and he made an obscene gesture towards the Seahawks bench. And now all of a sudden, everybody's saying, oh, Le'Veon Bell, look at him now. Like, it looks like he's making a good choice. That's what I've said all along. These players, yes, if you're playing on a franchise tag, you're going to be frustrated. Because say that year you're playing on that franchise tag, you get injured. Then you're not going to get your money at the end of the year. So now Le'Veon's saying, okay, I'm coming back week 7, which is a bye week for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't see him being on Pittsburgh on week 7. I just don't. I think he's going to come back into that locker room, and a lot of things are going to be changed. He's not going to be liked by a lot of people. And in his head, it's going to be, oh, well, in 3 months, I'll be out of Pittsburgh. I'll be on another team. But just you wait. This is going to start happening every year now. Some player is going to want to get paid and stay in a situation long term, and he's not going to play. Le'Veon was smart for doing this, and it's going to end up working for him in the long run. All right, so the second thing I noticed is the team with a bad record, but I think is still a contender, is the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, Atlanta's played great offensively. Defensively, they've had a lot of injuries. But offensively, they are killer. They can put points up. Their record does not show the team that they are. They are 1-3 right now. I'll tell you who I think will win this week, but the Falcons have a shot. If they can score like this every week, they are going to be a playoff contender. And not just a playoff contender, a Super Bowl contender. That offense is crazy. The question is, can they beat the Rams? That's going to be the question. But time will tell. All right, and finally this week, I want to address a comment on my previous YouTube channel. I laughed out loud. Literally, when I heard this comment or read this comment. So the comment on my last video was, if you want, go look at the video. It was episode 12, I believe. I don't know if it's he or she. Comment by Jamie said, your bias was showing when you were talking about the Patriots. You said we. Referring to me when I was talking about the Patriots, saying, oh, we need to step it up. Here's my thing, okay? I am allowed to have bias. In this profession, we can have bias towards teams. Just like if I like a team, I'm going to show bias towards them because I like them. I just told you, I like the Falcons. I'm going to have bias towards them. Maybe I pick them in my week 5 picks to win. I have bias. Okay? That's what my job is. Now, it's no secret that I'm a Patriots fan. I've been a Patriots fan my entire life. But I also said if the Patriots lost against Miami in week 4, it would be trouble. I didn't say, oh, the Patriots, even if they lose, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to be fine even if they lose. No. That was a must-win game in Miami. If they lost in Miami, this season would not look good. I'm honest. So, from time to time, I will show bias. But I'm going to be brutally honest about the Patriots and every other team that I cover. So thank you, Jamie, for the comment. I really do appreciate it. Just a little off there. All right, so we do have basketball coming up, MLB postseason. I will throw a couple of those in every week, but football is football. It's the main sport going on. Basketball hasn't kind of taken into full swing yet, so we're still waiting there on, things to kick in. I know LeBron's done his preseason games. It means nothing, okay? We'll wait until regular season, and then we'll start talking, okay? So let's get into my Week 5 picks. So starting tonight, Colts versus Patriots. I must say, guys, you got Julian Edelman coming back off of his 4-game suspension. The Colts didn't practice this week. I was shocked. Frank Reich said, oh, well, we had an overtime game. We're not going to practice. They just did walkthroughs and meetings. You're playing the Patriots. The team always has their stuff together. They always know what you're going to do. They're always well prepared. You're telling me you're not going to practice at least once this week? No. Patriots are winning this game against the Colts. Next week will be a different story, though, and we'll get into that on next week's episode. Titans versus Bills. See, that's a toss-up. The Titans, they did beat the Eagles, okay? But the Titans have not really impressed me yet. I think I've said this before. They have not shown me anything to say like, oh, you can win games on a consistent basis. I'm going Titans here just because the Bills, I just don't trust them either. But I'm going to go Titans here. Falcons versus Steelers. I am going Falcons here. The Steelers do not look confident. Big Ben does not look good. Antonio Brown's not getting the ball. And that defense is probably the worst defense in the league. I'm going Falcons here. The Falcons have looked good every week. Their defense hasn't looked good, but I feel like the Falcons' offense can score more than the Steelers. It's just a hunch. Broncos versus Jets. Surprisingly, the Jets are favored. The Broncos almost beat Kansas City. They lost by 4 points. I'm going Broncos here. The Jets, they're not looking good. Okay. I'm going Jaguars versus Chiefs. My upset of the week, I'm going Jaguars. I need to see how Patrick Mahomes handles a really good defense like this. I know he just faced Denver, but Jaguars' defense is 100 times better than Denver's. It's not even close. So I'm going to go Jaguars here. Again, I think the Chiefs are right now the Super Bowl contender with LA. They're right there. But I'm going to go Jaguars here. Packers versus Lions. I'm going to go Packers here. I don't know about the Lions. The Lions played good against the Cowboys, but you're going up against Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to get that offense working. I know it didn't work last week against the Bills, but I think they're going to have their stuff together against the Lions. Ravens versus Browns. I like the Ravens. Again, if you say I have Patriots bias, then you know I shouldn't like the Ravens. But the Ravens look really good. Offense and defense. They score points and they stop points, which is what you need, obviously, in the NFL. They didn't look good this year, but I think with the additions that they had on wide receiver, Snead and John Brown, they look really good. Crabtree. They're going to be a tough team to stop come January. So I'm going to go Ravens here. I still like the Browns, and the Browns going to put up points now. But that defense didn't show me a lot last week. So I'm going to go Ravens. Giants versus Panthers. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. I'm going Panthers. The Giants, they just don't interest me this year. Dolphins versus Bengals. The Dolphins are going to end up going 3-2 this week. I'm going Bengals. They look phenomenal. Andy Dalton's looking the best he's ever looked in his career. I'm going Bengals. Raiders versus Chargers. I was very inclined to go Raiders here. They put up 45 last week on a pretty solid Browns defense. But the Chargers, Melvin Gordon has looked great all year. Joey Bosa, who I thought wasn't coming back until November, is coming back this week. So I'm going Chargers here. I like the Chargers. Cardinals versus 49ers. This is another upset. I wouldn't really call it an upset. Two bad teams at the moment going at it. I'm going to go Cardinals get their first win. I have a hunch. I can't really give you a good explanation. The 49ers looked good last week. They lost by, I think, 2 points to the Chargers. The Cardinals are bound to get a win. Josh Rosen looked solid in his starting debut. I think he goes out and gets the win against the 49ers. Vikings versus Eagles. I'm going Vikings. They've looked good almost every week except the Bills week. They have to get a win somewhere. The Eagles are looking like an okay team at best these past couple weeks, going 2-2. I'm going to go Vikings here. It's a toss-up, though. Rams versus Seahawks. I'm going Rams. The Rams, I'm going to say here, they might only lose 2 times. The Rams look that good. Cowboys versus Texans. I'm going to go Cowboys here. I think if Zeke can play like he did last week, it won't be close. Texans just don't look coherent, and they were going to lose last week. Don't get it twisted. They were going to lose last week to the Colts. And then Redskins versus Saints. I'm going Saints here. There's not much to it. Get Mark Ingram back. Redskins, you don't know if AP is going to be on it or not. I'm going to go Saints here. All right. That's episode 13. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I believe it's episode 13. Episode 13. Thank you guys for listening. Pretty solid episode. Next week, Thursday, is going to be episode 14. I'll give you my week 6 picks and talk about topics that come up during this week. All right. I hope I shed a light on your day, and I hope to shed a light on you in the future. I hope you guys enjoy Pats versus Colts tonight. Enjoy the game.